Jovic, can you hear me okay?
Let me check my
I
speaker.
can't hear you yet, but I will be able to hear you soon.
Okay, I can hear you.
But yeah, you can hear me, right? Just nod your head.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Looking good, lady,
I'm
as usual.
I'm looking forward
All right,
to
I'll let you get cooking here.
Okay, you bet.
We have
All
a
right,
fun show
everybody,
for folks today. You make
just-
them get those questions, Vic. I want to
Definitely.
know what people want to make and what the biggest obstacle is in the whole wide world so we can solve it.
You just heard it straight from the boss. So welcome, everybody. Just say hello to us by going to chat. You know the routine if you've been here before. Carolyn, you're always number one. So pop over to chat. Down there at the bottom on the Zoom, you'll see there's a little icon there. Click it and head over to where it says to, and make sure that it does not say hosts and panelists. If it says hosts and panelists, not, you don't want to do that. Put it to everyone. There's always somebody that sneaks through here and just doesn't set it. So we want to make sure that we engage together, and when we ask questions, we can actually all see what you're saying. So also tell us where you're from. Anastasia, I don't know what I'd do if you weren't here. Tell us where you're from. And Louise, good to have you. Virginia. Wazy, hello. Where are you from? Again, I know, but tell. UK. Ricardo. So everybody, just come on in, say hi. And if this is your first time, tell us. Carol, oh, good to see you here. Tennessee. Let's see if anybody, make sure you're set to everyone. And then I'd like to ask a couple questions. First off, Ricardo, first timer here. Where are you from? Chad, I haven't seen you for a while. Nice to see you from Toronto, Canada. Good to see you. And Brad from AK and Ronald in Vegas, Ricardo, Maryland. Good to have all you guys, Jessica from Australia. And what I want you to do is just pop over into the chat. Everybody do this at the same time so I can be flooded with chats, because I want to see a flood going on. And tell us, really, number one, what's your greatest obstacle right now, today? You know, some of you have been in the industry a long time and you've had the same obstacle for 20 years and you want to get over it. And some of you just got in here a year ago, but that obstacle is irritating you and you want to get over it. So let's all tell, because most of the problems that people tell after hearing thousands of conversations with people is really similar, most of them. So don't feel like you're the weirdo, because everybody feels like they're the weirdo. But do reveal, because that's the way we can help you the best. Carol, when you say selling the product, what do you mean? Exactly. Do you mean talking about it? Do you mean doing social media things? Writing ads? Declare what that means. Procrastination, that's a good reveal. Louise, daily plan of action. Ricardo, finding, what are you saying, readers or leaders? I'm not sure. I think it's probably leaders. Brad, engaging people that I meet. And Jenny, don't believe in myself. Self-confidence is a big one, which also can lead to procrastination. Trying to get everything in order and be perfect because you imagine you have to be perfect. That's a big one. Okay, who else? Yeah, Ricardo, I thought you meant leaders. Anybody else? What is your greatest obstacle? And then you could put your second one. The two things that like just beat you up in your head. You lay down in your night and you think, oh, why didn't I do that? You know, why haven't I figured that out? I bought 10 books on it and I still haven't implemented a dang thing. Carol, speaking to the hope to be customers. Say what are you saying there? Speaking to hopeful customers or looking for customers? And then the second question is, where do you want to be realistically based on where you are today? Let's say that you're earning $10 a month, or you're earning $5,000 a month, or you're earning whatever you're earning. What would you like to project realistically if you decided to implement the things that you're going to learn or choose to learn and take action on in 1 year? So if you're making $10 a month in 12 months, where do you want to see yourself? Based on who you are now and what you know you got to implement, maybe eliminating some things, and then facing the procrastination and calling yourself out on it. Give us a realistic one. Louise, good, $5,000 a month. And if you don't mind revealing, if you're at zero now or you're at $200 a month, which covers your product, tell that too. I'm here and I want to be there. Louise is the first reveal. Good for you. Good. Adele, nice to see you. $20,000 a month. Are you You want to reveal on anywhere that you are now?
And if you're nowhere, just say nowhere, nowhere.
It's okay, because there's a lot of people that are nowhere. That's why we're here. That's why we come here. If we were all making it, we wouldn't probably attend tonight. We would be off doing something else. Ronald, go set your setting to everyone so we can see what you're saying here. Ronald says 5,000 a month in retailing to customers, which is about 100 customers. That's good and specific. Just started. So you're looking for 100 customers. If you have 100 customers in a year, you'll have 5,000. Yeah. So you're looking more for a customer build, it sounds like. Right now you're at 0. You're just starting? Adele, 300 a month. Good, you're pulling something. Shirley, 10 a month, okay. And Ricardo, 1,000 a month now. So in 12 months, 10,000, okay. And 0 now in the beginning stages, okay, you're brand new. And Jenny, your goal is 45 customers. Do you have a customer yet? Do you have one yet? Or you're looking to get your first? And Carol, she's at 100 now, and she'd like 25,000 in a year. And Jenny, 18, you've got 18 customers, good for you. Philip, 0 now and 10,000 in 12 months. Okay, I've got some good reports. Anybody else that want to reveal your obstacle you want to overcome, because you know you got to like overcome something. We're all working on things as long as we're breathing. And secondly, in 12 months, where are you now? If you're 0, just say 0, and where you'd like to be in 12 months based on that you'll actually do stuff instead of just reading books, right? How many of you just read books and just buy programs and then think that's a good thought and forget all about it? Nobody's guilty of that, I'm sure, right? Anybody else just popping in? It looks like we've got quite a few here now. And Ronald, set your settings, please, to everyone down at the bottom. We're about ready to roll. I think I've got a lot of reveals here, Kim.
We do, we do.
Yeah.
I'm just looking for my AirPods because they broke and the guy's supposed to have new ones, but he isn't here. So,
okay, but I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, you sound perfect. You sound really good.
Oh, good.
Okay, thank you.
Well, I love you too then.
No, really, you sound great. Ronald, good, you fixed your settings. I think we're about ready to roll.
Yeah, I wanted to give you, here, let me pop the slides up right now on this screen share. Here we go. All right. Are we good? You all can see this?
Well, that's nice, Kim. Nice. I love the color. Can I really attract customers and reps faster with stories?
Yes, and I'm going to remind me about the foreign language
Okay.
situation, because I have some fun numbers on, you know, what it takes to learn a foreign language. Okay, so let's see if we get this. Hang on, let me get my camera working. I'm going to get it working. There. Okay. Can we see it? Am I there yet?
Not yet. Now you are. Now you
okay.
are.
Good. Okay, cool. I want to make sure my whole thing is good here so I can see you and see my microphone. All right. So here we are, ready to rock and roll. Can you hear me okay?
You sound really good. Yep.
Good.
Extra good.
All right. So a lot of you came here because you want to see how to tell a story and how to sell with a story. And one of the things I just wanted to mention to you is how many of you have been doing the business for, say, at least like on and off, say, for like 5 years? Is anybody like that? We have anybody like that here? Let me see. Vic, what do they have to say here?
Let's see.
Yes.
So far, Ronald says yes. See who else. 5 years or above.
5 years.
So far, just one's 2, 3. Alfredo, nice
So
to
most of you are then pretty new. Is that the story?
Alfredo, we just spoke 10 years off and on, I think. Luis,
Okay.
over and over.
Okay. Yeah, I was asking because how many of you kind of wonder why it is that it seems, you know, they we know what people tell you. It's easy. Anyone can do it. Just talk to people. And how many people have found that just talking to people doesn't really get you orders and customers and reps? Who has found that just talking to people somehow sounds good, but it doesn't really seem to do that? You talk to people about the weather and the hemorrhoids and the husbands and, you know, all of that. What is this story there? Do you think that that really works? Has that worked for you or not? Because I've been thinking about this, and I suppose I should start at the beginning, but just so you know, talking to people with the intent to find out if they might be a buyer or a rep for you is a very special kind of language. If you want to do that without irritating the person or without speaking to them in such a way that they feel like you just use them to see if they were going to buy or not. Are you with me there? When you talk to people and your intention is not really just to be friends, right? But your intention is to see, might they be a buyer? How many people feel like that's a different kind of language skill that you need? Yes or no?
Lots of yeses.
Yeah, and you know, we're going to give it a name. I haven't figured out what it is yet, but I can tell you this. It is like learning a foreign language. And I asked on the other day, how many people have learned a foreign language? And quite a few people said they've learned one. And I asked how long it took. And most people said, well, I went to college, so I went to class and did that. Or I went to, 10 classes and I learned, I don't know, I spent 5 or 10 hours learning French, or maybe 20 hours. But then when it was time to say anything, you couldn't even remember what to say. And when you said it, you pronounced it so badly that you were embarrassed to say it. How many say yes? Yes, yes, yes. Tell me yes. Heather, change your setting to people, all people. You see that? So it's really like learning a foreign language, because it's the language of really going fishing without making the person feel like an object, and without ever being disappointed that they're not the person, and without them even knowing, because if you do it in the right way, they'll be on your side to help you. And I don't know how many of you know this, but to learn a foreign language, I looked it up in the Foreign Language Institute information sheet there. To learn a language like French, Italian, or Spanish, which are kind of the English-like languages for those people who were born over here in America, how many hours do you think they say it takes for you to learn just to speak it competently, not like some college professor, but just be able to carry on a good conversation? Anybody guess how many hours that is? Adele, sweetheart, you're a German. You don't even count. All of us Europeans, we don't count because we hear all these languages. How many do you think it takes? Heather?
Heather says 1,000.
That's probably for Chinese, For French, Spanish, and what did I say? Italian, the languages that are most, they say, like English, it'll take around 400 to 500 hours of learning. And I don't mean reading a book in that language. No, we mean practicing speaking. So you don't sound like, like that. Nobody's going to understand what you're saying. So if it takes 400 hours of practice talking to learn how to speak basic French, and you're thinking, okay, well, I want to get 100 customers, and say you need to communicate with 20 people. How many people have you talked to this week and practiced your special language to find out if they might be a client for you without wrecking the relationship? How many times have you practiced just this week? Somebody give me some numbers. Let me see. Don't cry. It's okay. How many hours this week?
1 hour, 10.
Okay, so Ginny, so you would say that you can show me recordings on your phone that you spent 10 hours actually practicing talking to people? Say, Aunt Lulu, hey, listen, I got something for you. Is that what you're saying? Because most people don't practice, which is why I'll give you some scripts today that have worked for us for years. But what's going to happen is you're going to hear it like French. And you go, I got it, I got it. And then you're going to try and produce it maybe a week later and you'll have forgotten the whole thing. So it's a very interesting thing, this business about learning language, the language of attraction in such a way that you get the right people and they want to help you if they're not the right one. And then the difference between hearing me say it or Vicky say it, and if you don't do it like right then and there, it'll be like hearing the French from the teacher or the French person or the French, whatever you got in your ear. And then you put the mic, headset down and you don't do anything for a week. You won't even remember what the words were when it's time for you to speak. Do you see what I mean? So what'll come out of your mouth is some English version of whatever the French is. Did this make any sense to anybody here? Tell me yes. Because if you think you're having a hard time, it's because the language that you need to learn is not the regular talking language. And it's not the language of persuasion, because you don't want to persuade everybody. They're not, most of them aren't the right prospects. Okay. All right, so let me get the show on the road here. How many people are out there? Well, according to the latest, 7 billion people. That is a lot of people. Would you say that's true? A lot of people? So we're looking at 400 hours, 600 to learn like a Germanic language of speaking. That's a lot of hours. If somebody talks to 1 or 2 people, even a day, that's 15 minutes. They say set aside 25 hours a week. Minimum. How many of you would set aside 25 hours to learn to talk to people so that you could actually learn to do it and hear it and produce it and hear it and produce it? 25 hours a week. And you're looking at, 10, 12 weeks. Does anybody do that here? So if you don't, it'll explain to you why you don't feel very effective when you talk to people about your business or about your product. It takes a different language and you got to practice. All right, so what would a few hundred more people do for your business in 22? A few hundred, I'm saying 200 or 300. There's nobody here who should not be able to get another 100 or 200 people into your business between now and 2022. Why? Where are they? Somebody will say, well, where are the people? Well, honey, they're here. 7 billion on this planet. They're everywhere. You just have to know how to approach them and find them. Okay, are we agreed? That's a lot of people for you to choose from. All right, today's the 119th day of 2022. There are 246 days left this year. I'm going to give this to you every single week for those of you that come every week. And just to keep your mind conscious of what have you done as the days disappear, to make sure you're expanding your reach and your pipeline so that people come to you constantly. Okay. Are you on track to hit your goal yet? Those of you that gave your goals, we got some goals, right? Vic, some income goals at the beginning here.
All over the place.
Yeah, what are they? From 10,000 a month, right? Are you on track to hit that?
I think 10,000 was the highest, I think. Mm-hmm. So yeah, 5,000, 10,000, like that.
And is anybody on track to hit that goal? You're about a third of the way through the year. Are you at 3,000 so far? 4,000? Is anybody anywhere in terms of making their goal? What percent are you? If you want to make 10,000 a month, what percent are you there? Because right now we are at 119 days. So it's about a third of the way through. Are you at 1/3 of your goal? Who's at 1/3 of their goal? Not yet. You better get hustling.
Anybody?
Yeah. Yep. And what you want to progress is good, but you want to measure it, Ginny. I am this much. Measure it exactly. Making progress is good, better than not making progress, but you want to measure what it is. If your goal is 10,000, where are you now? $25, 2,500, wherever it is, just write it down, because what is measured is what you'll pay attention to. That's why we all like to sweep it under the rug. Well, we're just getting started. Well, it's basically, write it down, because your mind will start paying attention and you won't forget. All right. Who knows what is the end of this? Birds of a feather. What's the rest? Who's got it? Anybody?
There you go. Flock together, flock together.
Right,
yep.
Flock together. Right. So just remember that if the people that you're hanging out with, look to get off work and then go drink and have sweets, you're going to pretty soon end up like that. They say if you have 5 people that are fat-a-fats and you're number 6, you're going to be the 6th fat-a-fat. They say if there are 5 people that are really in shape and they stay in shape and you hang out with them, you're going to be number 6, who is a stayer and shaper. So be really conscious of who you hang out with, who you listen to and what you listen to in terms of what you put into your head, because birds of a feather flock together. If you're constantly looking at the news or at the Ukraine or all of that, you're going to have in your head nothing but bad things. When it's time to talk to someone, that energy is going to be right there on the phone with them. Did you know that? Yeah. So just be conscious of birds of a feather, not just people you hang out with, but what you listen to and see with yourself. Just a reminder so that you stay with people who are on a journey to make something happen, to make a difference, to not complain, but to figure out how to make it better. Okay, that's what you want to do. All right, so let's get into the stuff that you're all here for. You want to get the good people. Everybody wants to get the good people. So I have 3 questions for any ideal prospect that you want. Are you ready? You want to answer these for yourself. Do you know what you want to achieve by the end of 2022? Let's say that you have a prospect and they're like, yeah, man, I want to, do this business with you and blah, 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 blah. So you say, do you know what you want to achieve by the end of 2022? Let's say that person says, I do. They know exactly what they want to achieve. Whatever number is or whatever recognition, they say, yep, I want to achieve something really specific, like a specific number. Okay. And then you say, okay, great. Do you know what the cost is going to be? Do you know what it's going to cost you in time and energy to make that happen? Many people have no idea the way the network marketing business and internet marketing is sold. They think they just talk to people a couple times a week and you're going to get rich. This is not how it is. It's not you. It's just they're telling you a story because they hope you're going to say yes. Do you know what the cost will be? So let's say the person says, check. I know what the cost is going to be. 25, 30, 40, 50 hours a week, whatever they say, they know the cost. Then they say, are you ready to pay it every day? You ready to pay the cost every day? And the person says, check. Is that the kind of person you want to have in your business? Tell me yes or no. Let me see in the chat. Who wants to have a person like that in their business? What do we got, Vic?
Let's see what we got coming up here, Kim. Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. That's who you want. And that's who we have to be to attract such a one. Okay. You want to know right at the top, what do you want to achieve by the end of 2022? We'll ask you at the end. Specific number, not some, no. Specific thing. Like I want to go from LA to New York City. That's very specific, certain number of miles, and I can get there many ways, but that's the destination. Do you know what the cost will be? Do you have any idea how much time you're going to have to spend initially learning how to do this? Like learning a foreign language might be 24, 25 hours a week. Or it might be like 6 days of nothing but 12 hours. So you really get some immersion. Do you know what the cost is going to be to make what you said you wanted by the end of the year? Yes or no? Are you ready to pay that cost every day? Do something, right? Usually it's going to be learning stuff. Yes. And is that who you want in your business? And I always want to be sure that you understand that that's who we have to become to attract such people into our business. It's true for us. It's true for you. Okay. So now the key to doing this, there are a lot of ways to attract people. And what I told you today, I'm going to tell you how we did stories and do stories so that the good ones come to you. You ready for that? Okay. Again, remember, there are a lot of people out there. So our job as a marketer, you have one job, one big job. It is to attract the right people to you. Yeah. How many people have got this down? Yeah. We're going to attract. You're going to attract people to you, right? Heather, that's exactly right. You attract who you are. That is your job. It's not to sell people. It's not to present the pay plan, even though you do that. It's not to talk to people. It's like you're learning the language of attraction. That's what you're doing. So number one job is to attract. Now, there are a lot of ways to attract people versus get. In our industry, a lot of people talk about, I got to get people. I have to get 3 people. I have to get 2 in the binary. I have to get 3 across for this. I have to get 5 across. God, Vic, for all these different deals, right? The structure of every company, the pay plan, whether it's a binary or a breakaway or a unilevel, they have certain slots that need to be circles that need to be filled in. And the way we have found to do that absolutely super fast is to attract the right people and then put them all in where they need to be, versus thinking that you need to get somebody. Because when you think, oh, I need to get somebody, who can I get? I don't have anybody. How do I get people? You want to change that question and think, okay, who can I attract for whom this would be just the right thing? You see the difference there? How many people would like to change the question that they ask in their mind? How many of you go, yeah, I think I'd rather find out who can I attract so that just the right ones come, right? Instead of who can you get? Because if you go getting, you'll get anybody. And many times, how many people have signed people up and you wish you had never signed them up? Oh my, we won't even go there. How many? Anybody sign people up and say, oh man, I wish I'd never signed you up? Or you're stuck with somebody horrible. All right, so it's attract. Now, there are two ways we attract human beings. This is just like a psychology 101. So for those of you that are into that, we won't speak psychologies or anything like that. It's going to be real simple, ABC here. We speak to something that they really want. And when I say speak, I mean speak as in communicate. Whether you're writing it, whether you're speaking it, whether you're on Zoom, whether you sing it, right? Whether you pantomime it, you are making some gesture to this, whoever it is, about something that they really want. Like, who else wants to make 100 grand a year? Who wants to be a 6-figure advisor? That's something that you want. Do you see that? Tell me yes. I just want to be sure you get this. You can't see Kim. Well, honey, turn on your camera. I'm right there. See?
I can see you.
Maybe you can see me now. Maybe that was an old message, Okay, we have this number one. So you speak to something that people really want. Vacation at the Ritz versus Motel 6. Okay. Another one. And then of course, number two, you need to feel 100% confident that you can deliver that thing. Don't offer something where you are not 100% confident that you can deliver it. And how do you know? Because it happened for you. The best confidence in the world you can ever have is a change that happened in your life. Because that's how you know it's worked, at least for you. Y'all see that? Tell me yes. So you want to have, oh my, this 1 second, this might be my AirPods. Would you excuse me for just 1 second, Vic?
Okay. Earbuds, go get your earbuds.
Yeah.
Well, we'll answer in the chat box while she gets special delivery. Speak to something they really want. Feel 100% confident that you can deliver. Well, I can't add to that because I'm here to listen myself. So if anybody has anything they want to add to that in the chat box.
I'm good. Yeah, good. They came, of course, just now in the middle of the show. My AirPods, those AirPods, I finally wore my set out totally. So I ordered a new one overnight. All right. So you need to feel confident that you can deliver. Like, for example, we have somebody here on the call. Who is it here? Well, I have one person, Adele. Adele's an old friend, and she happens to be a former, very well-known opera singer. So if she wanted to say, you want to sing opera, honey, come see me. Why? She was on the stage singing opera. She knows how. We have another gal here. Let's see here. One of my other buddies. We have a lot of buddies here. Louise, some of you will see her there. And Louise is somebody who has had a problem that a lot of women apparently have. Once you pass, 45 or 50, which is, we are totally past that. But a lot of people have rashes for years. Anybody here have rashes? Any of the girls that are over 50 ever have any kind of rashes? Yeah, on your legs and things like that. Anybody? Let me see. Besides Louise and me and Vicky, who else has ever had a rash? Don't be shy. We're not talking about anything, duh. But she's had this for ever and ever, years and years and years. At the worst time, suddenly there's an itch on your ankle or something, and you go, oh my God. Well, she's found a way to get over it without taking any drugs, any pills, or any of that kind of stuff in a week or something. So if she were to offer somebody, what's the problem? Well, if you got these, you want to get rid of this, that's what they want, let's say. She has something that has worked for her. So she can be 100% confident. You all see what the point is that I'm making? You must be confident that you can deliver the result that you are offering. Tell me, yes, you get that. It's really important, because if not, the people won't go with you. Otherwise, they'll go with Amazon. Why do they need you? Are we there? Vic, you're monitoring that, right?
Yep.
My thingy's not working. All right. Number two, the second way you attract people is you speak to a problem that they really want to overcome. Oh, great. Look at that. Woo-wee, look at my thingy. See that? It just, I even got it engraved, just a little crazy thing. So now, yeah. Awesome. Okay. So it's going to be a few minutes before I can use it. So I'll just keep using what I have. Speak to a problem that they really want to overcome. Have you got that? Now, this is not a problem that you think necessarily you have. It's a problem that they want to overcome. There are ways to find that out. So for example, in the saying, you must be 100% confident that you can deliver on the results. That doesn't mean you tell them, oh, I'm absolutely sure this is going to work for you. You're going to say, I know I had this problem. After all these times and years and issues, I have found a way to overcome it. And I don't know if it'll work for you or not, but what if it does? What if it works for you the way it did for me? Do you see that approach, how we're doing that? Say yes. Yoo-hoo, making sure you're all awake and alive and sober. Everybody see that?
Oh, yeah. Lots.
All right.
Yes.
So most folks are looking for ways to solve their problems, according to Tony Robbins and people like that. About 80%, 90% of people are looking for ways to solve problems. So when they scan the internet, when they scan Facebook, besides looking for the entertainment, they're looking for little things that say the kinds of things I want to show you here, the beginnings of stories that attract. Okay, so people are looking for ways to solve their problems. We all are as humans. And we look to those who have done it for help. And there are ways that you can put yourself out there so that the person with the problem that you can solve sees your little story, which we'll call a story here, and go, oh, well, maybe you, like we have somebody whose kid didn't sleep since the day they were born. Every night, just screaming every night and wouldn't sleep and, blah, blah, blah. You can imagine those of you that have a kid like that. And after like 5 years, she found some way and suddenly the kid's sleeping. No drugs, no pills, none of that kind of funny stuff, right? So if you're a mom with a kid who's really has trouble sleeping every single night in a couple of years, if you see something that says, my kid didn't sleep for the first 6 years and now she does, would you want to click on it and see? Yes or no? You tell me. Let me hear what you guys have to say here. Yes or no? You see how this might work?
Lots of yeses on this one.
Yeah. See, my kid didn't sleep for 6 years and now she does. Notice, nobody's talking about a product, not a company, none of that stuff. Nobody's talking about any of that. It's just, what's she talking about? My kid didn't sleep for 6 years. And now she does. So she has a problem. She even has a solution in there. And we won't even, in many cases, won't even give the solution. Okay. All right. So here's a formula. This is both a story formula, it is a posting formula, and it is a formula that you can use to create everything in your business, because there's so many ways to use this. So it's like a foreign language, or for that matter, it's like English. There are so many ways we can put sentences together. Some people speak English and their words come out like Shakespeare. Other people speak English and their words come out like, I don't know, somebody else. So we as humans have been given the creativity to use the languages, English in this case that we're talking about, in very different ways, to create poetry, to create music, to create lyrics, to create, like I said, Shakespeare type stuff versus novels, what have you. So there's incredible creativity allowed, and you can do whatever you want to do. So here's what you're going to do. One, you identify a problem. Got this? That you and your business and your company, you, meaning you and your, whatever you're marketing, not your network marketing company or affiliate company. No, that you and the program that you market, you have a business of your own. How many of you here feel like, even if it's a network marketing company, that you have your own little business? Tell me yes if you feel that. Yes, I have my own business. Yes, you have your own business, or not. You just feel like you're a patsy for the company.
Lots of yeses. Yep.
Okay. So when I talk about you and your program, What problem are you in business to solve? Every business is in business for one reason only, to solve a problem. Virgin Airlines, why are they in business? Well, they wanted to have a different kind of airline. Why was Apple in business, or why are they still in business? Well, they have gadgets that are really, like Steve Jobs says, bicycles for the brain, make life easier. Show people who are really smart, like the Gandhis of the world, and people like Elon Musk, how to do what they do even faster. That's what they're in business for. And all of you are in business to solve a problem. It's not to get people. That is the least important thing of all. They'll come to you if they know you solve a problem in your unique way. Okay. Number 2. So it's 3 steps. First step, write it down, identify a problem that you are in business to solve. Okay. If you want to make 10 grand a month, you better be in business to solve somebody's problem. That's not going to fall on your head talking to 3 people a week and hoping you're going to get rich. This is not it. It's not a business. We got that? Number 2, you agitate that problem. And what that means is you talk about and demonstrate the underlying pain behind that problem and how it makes people feel. I'm going to show you in a minute. But you got this, the underlying pain behind it and how it makes people feel. Got it? Say yes. Everybody wrote it down? Yeah. Yes, you got it? Okay, good. Number 3, you offer up a solution. And you got all 3 of these? Identify a problem that you are in business to solve. And some of you won't even know what that is. You've been so focused on, because of what they teach you, to get people, that you don't even think, what's the damn I'm supposed to get people. They want to get rich and they want to, you're right. No. This is a little bit different. I'm just telling you, you want to make some more, you want to make some major income. This is what you want to do. All right. You got to identify the problem, right? Agitate that problem, which is the underlying pain behind it, how it makes people feel. And then you offer up a solution. Make sure that everybody has that. Okay. All right, now here's how we're going to do this. You want to know, right? You want to know how to do this? Let's see who's hot to learn this. Okay. All right. I'm just checking on you. Make sure you're awake. Do not do all 3 at the same time. These are staged. This creates mystery. You don't open the kimono all at once. No. Allow the other person to have some anticipation. Anticipation is very much a part of the process of marketing. People want to anticipate. In fact, they like the anticipation and the process of buying probably more than the thing itself. I mean, how many of you haven't discovered that? When you finally score, you kind of go, well, is that all there is? I mean, come on, right? The chase is totally fun. Allow them to chase you. Right? Don't be quite so over it. Those of you who are raising your hand there, go ahead and type in the chat because we'll be able to catch you there. By the way, Vic, we're also streaming live on YouTube. I know you're not there, but we're on Facebook. All right. Facebook too, just in case. In case you guys are on Facebook, Vic will monitor. She is the magic monitor queen here. All right. So here's what we're going to do. Let's pretend that you sell a golf coaching program. Everybody got that? Now, this is tricky. Remember, I told you it's like learning a foreign language. You know how it is when you learn a foreign language. You say the things, you think you're saying it like the teacher, and then you open your mouth, and what happens? What comes out? Does it sound like the teacher? Do you sound like a native French speaker or German speaker? Yes or no? Let me see.
No.
Probably it's a disaster. You want to go, whoa, right? Okay, because it's not the same, right? All right, so here we go. What is the obvious problem? If you sell a golf coaching program, right? If you sell that, let's say that a lot of you have coaching programs of various sorts. And so what's the real problem? Do you want to improve your golf game? Do you want to get skinny, right? Isn't that kind of the problem? Yes or no? Somebody wants to improve their golf game because they're not very good in their own mind. Let's see if we got this. I would sound like Charlie Brown. Really. And you've heard the teacher say it 10 times. And you open your mouth and it doesn't even sound like it's any language at all. You don't even know what you just even said. This is the same. You're going to hear me and go, oh, I got it. I got it. In 3 days, you won't, what comes out of your mouth will not resemble anything that you heard here. It's human, so you got to really, all right, so here we go. Want to improve your golf game. But here is the real issue. And this is how you want to create your story. It's not about they want to improve their golf game. It's not about losing weight. It's not about just making a boatload of money. No. How many people are with me? How many people are tracking that this is not it? Not it. What is it? Anybody guess? I'm going to tell you here in just a minute. I just wonder if anybody can guess, play with you a little bit.
Louise says it's about not being embarrassed on the golf course.
Right? And depending on it. So here are examples of this. There's a hidden painful problem that almost everyone here, probably, depending on what you market, this will be some version of what you can do as well. So here's the story. Do you, and you don't even address it to anybody, this could be a post. Do you avoid playing golf with your friends because you're embarrassed by how much better they are? Now, if you saw that and you were a golf player and you were describe you, which one do you think a person who wants to play golf, especially if you're looking at professional men and women, well, women in particular, they like to play golf. So if I had were to run something like this, I would run it for professional men, because the worst thing for guys is to look, nobody wants to be any less than anybody else. They're very competitive. That's what the way boys are. So this is why this particular approach works so well, but it also works for women. I'll show you. So do you avoid playing golf with your friends because you're embarrassed by how much better they are? What is the relation to this? Do you want to improve your golf game? Who sees the difference here? What's the difference? Is it about the golf game, or is it about a feeling of, oh my God, I suck, and they see it? I'm embarrassed, right, by how much better they are. And then this is the agitation part. And then you say more. And, when Johnny goes up to hit and he's your junior, right, and he hits a 400-yard drive. I don't know anything about golf. I know they've got drives and putts and all of that, right? Okay, so right now we're on this embarrassment part. Okay, there are a lot of ways to do this. I'm just giving you a piece of a story that you can use as an opener. Blah, 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 because you're embarrassed. It can be for all kinds of things. Weight, language, all the stuff. Okay, the embarrassment is a very important thing. Which story will attract somebody who might want golf coaching more? Somebody who wants it. You see, one thing that we sometimes forget is that the people that, like here, I'm going to have a program for you to offer at the end. And some of you came here because you're waiting for it. You want the offer and you want to sign up. Most of you are here just kind of see what she's doing, or you've been here before, you're already in the program, you just kind of want to be entertained. But some people are here because they're so ready for what we have. I may not know who they are, but we find out. And the same is true for you. The people that will come to you already have the desire to get rid of the problem that you solve. You just don't know who they are. And they're not wearing green hats. So you have to flick green hats with stories like this that you put out there as often as you can, so that those who scroll down and go, oh my God, yes, I want that. I got the itchies, I got this, I got that. And oh my God, it was so embarrassing. And I didn't, right? And they'll come right to you because they already have the pain and they're scanning for a fix. Say you got this. Tell me you got this. Okay, which one do you think is going to be? You want to improve your golf game, or it's very important that you get this and learn how to do it. And again, it's easier. It's easy when I tell you because we've learned this over the years. But you see how this works. Okay. So now you get a little 1-minute intermission, popcorn time. Aren't these cool, by the way, these slides? I thought I'd break them up so you wouldn't pain point, and then the question is how you lay it out there. Okay. So here's what you need to do, all of you. Who do you help with what problem? Remember, most people are problem solution oriented. So when they scan on Facebook, scan on YouTube, or when they go searching on YouTube, people will search for things like, I don't know, how do you make 6 figures in network marketing? And they'll come probably to one of my video ads, right? Because we show people how to do that, right? So they're already looking. So you have to make clear who you help, people who have this issue. And not that they are the ones who have to feel like they have the problem, okay? Because we're solving their problem. So like, for example, for some of you here, quick, you want to have a little exercise. What do you help people with? You help people who, what are some of these problems? Some of you have never done this before. Go ahead, Vic, you pick a couple of people. Hey, Leslie, good to see you, buddy.
That'll be fun. Does anybody
Of
want?
course, yeah. So who do you help? What's the problem you solve? Anybody know what they solve? Remember, you're not in the business of getting people, you're in the business of solving problems. And if you know what the problem is specifically that you solve and the unique way that you do it, because you're you, that makes you unique, just that. You will be able to put that out there in story form, like the way the lines that we're starting here, so that people can say, yeah, I want to talk to you. That's the first step. I help people who's got a thing.
Adele's got one. I help people who have struggled with their weight for years and have almost given up.
Okay, people who
So weight issues, struggled with their weight.
Been fat their whole life. Sorry, whole life, and
almost given up.
Are about to give up. Okay, who's got another one here?
Okay, here's another one. I'm not sure how to pronounce your name.
Now,
I help people who want to. Oh, go ahead, Kim.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that this is now the I help statement. It is not the statement of the problem or the agitation. Do you understand this? It's like step 1 and step 2. You put your socks on first and then your shoes. Have we got this? Right? Who do you help with what? The golf coaching program before. Who do they say they help? People executives who want to improve their golf game. So we help people, executives who want to improve their golf game. That is what they do. Do y'all see that? I help people been fat forever and they are about to give up. That is not the statement of the story. It's not this. Do you get that? There are 2 pieces. You need to know who you help first. And then you figure out what the painful problems are that are behind that. And that is what you use for your story for the initial marketing. Do you see that? Yes or no? Tell me you got that. Who's got it? Yeah, this is sophisticated stuff. It's a stage. You can't create this if you don't know who you help. So this lady here, where she's helping the fats, where are you? Yeah. This is a very good description. Whose is this, Vicki?
This is Adele.
Adele, very good one. Yeah. You help fat people, been fat their whole life, they're about ready to give up. Okay. And again, the people that are raising your hands there, it's okay. I don't know if we'll get to you, but come into the chat and say that whatever you want and we'll help. Or if you want to connect with Vicki directly, just I'll click on 2 there and then find Vicki and you can send her a private message. Because I know some of you want to sign up for the program. I know that. Okay. So we have the fat. Okay. Anybody else?
So
who do you help with what?
Brenda's got one for people who can't sleep and who have aches and pains, who can't sleep.
Okay. So we'll assume
who can't sleep. I help people who can't sleep, who have aches and pains.
Is that what? Pick one.
Yeah. Is it because you can't sleep because you have aches and pains?
Yeah.
Brenda?
Yeah, you got to pick one. Because these are big problems. Aches and pains are one huge thing, and not being able to sleep is another huge thing. And unless they're connected, I wouldn't put them together because it's too broad.
Yeah.
Okay, do we have another one? Any
It's
others?
two problems you have there. Jenny, people who are tired of what? Bed bug sick and don't know how to get over it? I don't know what you're saying there.
Okay.
Ricardo, people who have low energy.
Well, that's a lot of people.
That's everyone. A lot, no, there's a lot of
Right.
people. Leslie says, I help struggling veterans who have anxiety and have given up. Basically, he's saying who have PTSD, but let's just say anxiety and have given up.
Have given up on what?
What have they given up on, Leslie?
Right.
And while he's thinking of that, Jenny says people who are tired of being sick and don't know how to get over it.
What kind of sick? Yeah, these are very general. You need specific things because people, if you say, we here feel sick, everybody will say, I'm sick. Well, of what? You need to be really specific.
And
on life? Okay.
Leslie's thing to go back to helping struggling veterans who have anxiety and had given up on life. What, are they going to kill themselves? They committing suicide or are they
Are they calling the suicide hotline, Leslie? Is that, you need to be specific. I know where you are, but you can't be real general like this.
Are they sitting on the couch watching Netflix all day? What are they doing?
Yeah. A healthy lifestyle.
Here's another one. I help aging people feel more youthful again.
You help aging people. Okay. Okay. These are very, very general. You want to be a little bit more specific. This
Okay,
is
Peter's
tricky.
got one. I help
Mhm.
people who struggle to get a flatter stomach because of the lockdown, because they've been behind the doors for 2 years and have tried nearly everything and given up.
Okay. So have you found a way to actually do this, or what's the story with that? So did you get kind of fat during the pandemic and now you found a way to get over it, or what's that story? Okay.
Yes, Peter says yes.
Right. So that'd be kind of a fun thing, right? If you're pandemic fatties.
That's a good one. That's good. I like that, Kim.
Right?
Pandemic fatties.
Yeah, that's it.
You gotta have some fun, people. Have a little fun with this.
Right.
So sometimes you can get too serious.
Yeah. And so like Ricardo here, I help people who struggle with fatigue midday at work. Okay. Now what you want to do here is have picture words, who in the middle of the day, you don't want to struggle with fatigue, doesn't have any picture words. You need to have a picture word so somebody who's reading it goes, oh, he understands what I'm doing. Because what does it mean they struggle with fatigue? That they go take a nap, that they go eat, that they go home, that they fall asleep at their desk. How is this? What's the evidence that they are feeling fatigued? Do you understand what I mean? So tired, and I wouldn't even use fatigue. Normal people don't say to their friends, I'm all fatigued. I mean, really, does anybody talk like that? It's probably in the brochure you've got. You just say they're just what? Too tired to sit at their desk. They fall asleep at their desk. They sit on the toilet and just put their head against the side because they're too tired to function. We had somebody who ate too much and just dropped her head onto the plate. She just fell over. So there are all kinds of things that can happen, but you need to be specific and tell the story. Yeah. See, that's a good example. Yeah, I help people who wear out so early in the day by lunch, they're asleep at their desk. Mm-hmm. And the boss, it's getting ready to give them the pink slip. Yeah, can't get anything done because again, you want to be more specific. You don't need to use all caps, Mr. Rose. We know each other for many years, but you're in the right direction. People who aren't getting anything done because they are feeling constantly tired, but you want to be more specific. People who used to be able to do such and such, and now they can't do it anymore because they're too tired. They used to be able to play with their kids. They used to be able to go out for walks in the afternoon. They used to be able to throw together a quick lunch. They used to be able to sing a little song for the kid down the street. They used to be able to rake their own leaves. They used to be able to walk on the beach, but now they can't. You have got to have specific examples. Do y'all see that? And this is not, this is why I'm telling you, it's a foreign language, this language, because you have to bring out images that they will tell you when you talk to your market. This is one of the things we teach you how to do. They'll tell you, I am so tired, I just fall asleep. The other day, I bonked my head and I got a black and blue spot right here. That would be the story. Are you so tired? You bonked your head and you got a black and blue spot over your left eye because you fell asleep at your desk. Do you all see the difference between the language I'm giving you and the general, I'm really fatigued? Tell me, yes, you have that. You have that? Big deal, right? Because they're picture words and they come from the people in your market, not from you. You have to sit on the couch and think about it. They'll tell you. And once you interview them, you'll know that. Okay. So I help so-and-so who wants to such and such. That's the basic structure. So they can, I help people who are so tired, they fall asleep at their desk and the job's about, their boss about to give them a pig slip so that they can, do the work well without having to take pots of coffee or stuff themselves full of caffeine and candy and sugar, right? The picture words. That's what you want. And we learn how to do that. Like here's one. We help people who want to build their own business so they can quit their job without having to hit up their friends or chase strangers down the street. It's one thing that we do. Do you see that? Because we could just say we help people make their own money. Do you see that? Tell me yes. We could just say that. We help people make their own money. Really? No, we want people who want to build their own business so they can quit the job without having to hit up their friends and chase strangers down the street. That's what they want to do. All this language came from people that we work with. Yeah, and Brenda, this is two separate things. One is people who can't sleep because they can't turn off their brain. That is one market. People who can't go to sleep because they can't stop playing internet games. There's a separate markets. Because a lot of people can't turn off their brains because they're doctors and they have a big surgery coming up. So they're thinking about that. Other people can't get off. They're addicted to the internet or television, and then they can't sleep from that. You see that? Does everybody see that? Okay. All right. Let's get cooking here. So your I help statement, which is the beginning of being able to tell your story structure, the way we've got it here. Remember the problem, the agitation, and then you're going to have the solution. The agitation being the part where if you're too embarrassed to yada yada, or we had another one from someone who's a big time weight loss and nutrition coach. And I asked, so why are you even bothering to do this? And she said, well, in grade school, they called me walking ball. And I said, well, so what? And she goes, well, that didn't feel good. Why not? Well, because they were making fun of me. How many people will do anything to make sure that other people are not making fun of them or laughing at them behind their back? You see that? So it's that emotional pain that made her decide she's going to become the best nutrition and crazy eating book person in the world. And she is. She got 4 or 3 books, bestsellers on Amazon called Crazy Eating. Her name is Dr. Heidi. You can look them up. I'll give you the link if you want it. You can ask in the group. But you see, it came from an emotional thing, not a professional. Oh, let's see, what profession should I do? Should I do this or that? No. It's solving a pain that she had as a little girl. And many people are in fields that they're in chefs, if you ever watch the chef programs, some of the best ones in the world, the Chef's Table and all of them have as their favorite dishes stuff from childhood, from their moms, memories. That's what drives people. So you want to get that out of them. Do y'all see that? Tell me yes, because we're about to end here. You got this? I just want to be sure that you understand this. Okay. What are you saying? What if my market is...
Carol's saying, what if she markets to improve the health of pets so the pet owner has less costly vet bills and happier, healthier?
Yeah, so what? The same thing, right? Pet owner. Do you want your pet to live as long as you do? Here's a way, without drugs or pills or shots or anything, right? It's the same thing. Carol, you have to talk to somebody who's in your market, who has a pet and wants that pet to be around, or somebody where the pet died. You need to talk to people who have pets that want this for their pets, which is almost all of them. They'll give you words. You learn to you record them, and that's what you use for your marketing. So we do. Does that make sense? Yeah, we show you how to do that. We have all that stuff ready to go in the program. So it's not you thinking, what do they want? You ask them, what do you want? Like I asked you, what problems do you have? Well, I don't know how to talk to people. Okay, great. So here's how to talk to people. I don't know how to tell a story. I want to tell a story and sell. So where did I get this? One of you told us. So I said, okay, Vic, we'll do a show. Let's do a show. And here it is. To show you we know how to do this, because that's what we do, right? But where did it come from? You. And you have to do the same thing with your market. And thank God, pets are really a big deal these days. People love their pets more than their relatives, in most cases. Okay. So what do you do? So the I help statement answers the question, what do you do? When somebody says, what do you do? I help people who want to build a direct sales business. They can quit their job, for example, but they don't know how to market or sell. They don't want to hassle their friends or hit random strangers. So that's what I do. What do? You take that and you turn it into a story, because that's step 2. In fact, I think I might even have one for you. Okay. How about this one? We could say, do you want to build a network marketing business, but you're afraid all your friends are going to think you are stupid? What if I said that? Right? I could take, because what do? We help people build a business. We help people market and sell anything that they care about. They just don't know how to market and sell it. So that's what we do, right? Pretty easy. That's what we do. We help you do that. If you have something you care about, we'll show you how to market and sell it till you make millions of dollars. That's what people in marketing and sales do. That's why they're in that business. So we show you how to do that. But so if somebody said, what do you do? That's what I tell them. But if I were to write a post, it's not an immediate response to what do you do, right? On texting, DMing, or verbally. And I wanted to write a post, I might say, have you always wanted to do network marketing, secretly wanted to do network marketing, but you're afraid of what your friends aren't going to invite you to Christmas dinner anymore? If so, read this. Do you see that? What have I done? I've taken the pain of people that I know might want to do this, but they're afraid what their friends are going to think. So I put the problem right out there. So read this, click here. And I bring them to what we have. That's a way of attracting people who would want to do that, but they're afraid of what their friends will think. Do we know that's a problem? Yes. We talk to the market, right? Do you see that, Carol? So this is kind of the way okay, let's play some charades. What are these people offering? Do you avoid doing bingo. Do you avoid doing your own business because you're embarrassed to hit up your friends? What are they selling? What do they help people with? Who knows? All right, let's see how good you are. Let's see how good I am.
MLM, network
right?
marketing. Yep.
Right. Direct or affiliate marketing, or marketing anything of your own. Remember your own business, not just MLM, network marketing. It's also affiliate marketing or internet marketing or your own coaching program. Do you avoid doing your own business because you're embarrassed to hit up your friends? Right. And of course, what's the next thing going to be? We have a way not to do that. Click here if you want to know more. That's attracting those people. Do you see that? With this. Okay. What's another one? He called me walking ball in grade school. They called me walking ball in grade school. I hated that they were laughing at me. What is she selling? What's she selling? We got anything there? Bitch?
Weight loss, weight loss, weight loss. Four of them. Jenny says,
right, or gym memberships. Right. Totally. Anything to get your body in shape. Right. That's what they're selling. Okay. Let's see, where's my, here we go. How about this one? Is it really possible to earn 6 figures in 1 year working 45 minutes per day? What are they selling?
stocks, a biz.
Dream, right? Anything where they have a program, if for 45 minutes a day, they're going to show the person what to do to earn 6 figures. Do you see that?
Crypto.
That's exactly. It can be any of those things.
Mhm.
You see what we're doing here? It's all about, this is the emotional side, because these are questions people ask. Real people. And if you have a program that actually shows somebody how to do that, this would be one way that you could market that without saying a single thing about what it is, who it is, or any hype. It's a question. You see that? All right. So I think we're good to go here. So you figure out who you can help. You have to have that very specific. It's not enough to help people who are tired. Everybody's tired. Okay. You've got to be more specific. You need to know and be certain that you can help people with that. And the best way to know it is that you've done it for yourself. And of course, after that, that you've helped other people. So you need to know that you've got a before and after story yourself. Then you discover the hidden emotional pain behind the problem. Usually your own before and after is very good. All of you should have a before and after for whatever you market, because that's what gives you the confidence that you know the thing works and gets you from fat to skinnier, or from so tired you hit your head on your desk and get a black and blue mark to you're now getting up before the alarm. You see that there's a gap between where you were and where you are now, where other people still have that gap. And our job is to take people through a process to close up that gap between fat and skinny, between poor and having some money. You see that? Okay. All right. That's what we're doing here. So you find the hidden emotional pain behind the problem. And you do that by either asking yourself, why did I, how did it feel when I was big? How did it feel when I was itchy? Oh God. How did it feel when I was like this, or I didn't have any hair, whatever the issue was? And it's you're being embarrassed, feeling small, feeling like you don't matter. Those are the things that all humans share. And that's a pain they want to get rid of. It almost doesn't matter what the thing is that causes the pain, whatever that is, whether it's overweight or they can't speak or they don't have any teeth, whatever it is. You see what I'm saying? And this is easy to find out. Okay. All right. So your own before and after. On a scale of 1 to 10, how certain are you that you can help with a problem? Let's get this before we end here. How certain? On a scale of 1 to 10, how sure are you here, you folks here, that you can solve their problem with what you've got? 1 is not really sure at all, and 10 is absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. Who's got a 10 here? Then what you do is
Leslie, Adele has a 10, Louise and Leslie so far.
Okay, well, you want to be a 10 because your confidence that you can help will come through. Like Ricardo, we know we can help somebody.
Ricardo also is a 10.
Good. All right, and then you attract those people to you with the kinds of story structures that we've given you here. You saw those here. That's what we have. Stories of people with the problems are super attractors. They're super attractors. Notice at this point in the beginning, nobody's interested in the solution. They don't care what your fix is. They don't care if it's a juice fast or if it's a pill. Nobody cares about the product. Nobody cares about the program or company. What is the attractor factor, so to speak? What is that? What is it? Who knows what the attractor is? In a word, 1 word. Well, 2 words. The first one is the. What's the second word? Let's see. What is the thing that's going to attract them?
Solution, Adele says.
Okay, who else? Any other?
Magnet. Leslie.
What's going to attract people?
Pain.
Okay, the pain. What's another word for pain?
Problem.
Who's said problem?
Ricardo.
You got it. Remember, we're going to do the problem first. And then we agitate it a little bit. Like the problem is he can't play golf well enough. Agitation, he's embarrassed to play because his junior executive assistant plays better than he does. And so if that's the problem, we have a solution. So you always lead with the problem. The problem, because people are 95% of the people are focused on fixing their problems. So that's why you lead with the problem versus the product or the solution. Like I have a way to play golf really well. It's not going to have the same effect as. Are you just kind of not playing golf anymore because you're so embarrassed because everybody around you, especially your junior staff, your own secretary is better than you are? What do you think is going to attract the person who wants to play, but they're like, my secretary plays better than I do, right? That one. That's the problem. And that's with an emotional frame on it. And when you learn to do that, you'll be a master. And it's nothing you learn out of a book. You just talk to your market. Okay. And then number 3, you put them through your automated nurture process, which I'll show you how we do that and enroll them into your program. Okay. All right. So who here is ready to become a 6-figure advisor in 2022? Let me see. You want to be a seller or an advisor? Which one? What do we want to be here? How about a 6-figure advisor, right?
Yeah.
Why not go all the way? Let's go for some class. Now, the enemy of success for everybody, not just us in the sales and marketing business, delay, 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 and more delay. Oh, let me put it off. Let me put it off. So who's ready to throw themselves into achieving the goal that you said you want versus just delaying and wait another year or 2? Who is ready? Let me see. I'm ready. Who is ready? Let me see who's ready. I'm ready. Let me see. I'm ready to finally get off the dime, get off the pot, and do something and make it happen. Or you of course, you can stay the way you are. Okay. You got to be ready. Talk's cheap. But I'm going to show you when you see what you're going to do, it's like learning a foreign language. And the more you put into it, the more you're going to get out of it. I can tell you that right now. How many of you would say that this is kind of different from what they told you that you should be doing to get people? How many people would say that? That this is different from that? Kind of different a little bit? Who would say that? Different? Definitely different? Okay. If it is, I want to tell you a little story. Who would like to hear a story? A story of a doomed fly. It's going to take you a 1-minute story. You want to hear it? This is one of Vicky's. Vicky's really.
I'm here just for that story. I love that story. I've been telling it to my grandkids.
Us. It's humans in so many ways. Okay, it comes from this little book. You see this book here? U Squared. And the author is Price Pritchett. And this is the story of the doomed fly. And here's his little image. You know, this is an image of a fly on a car. And this guy wrote a little book, and the introduction is, I am listening to the desperate sounds of a life or death struggle going on a few feet away. He was on vacation. He was in a cabin in the redwoods, and he was sitting at the window looking at the little creek, and his front door was open. So just picture him sitting, you know, like I am looking at the sea, and well, I have a window, and then to the left here is a door. It's open, and he's sitting there, and there's a fly on the window right there in front of him with that he looks, and he says, the whining wings tell a poignant story of the fly's strategy. Try harder against the glass. Have all of you seen a fly against a glass? Is there anybody here who has never seen a fly against the glass? Have you all seen one before? You know how they bzzz and they just sit and go against the glass? Who's got that? Who knows about that? Everybody? Yeah, he says, it's not working. The frenzied effort offers no hope for survival. Ironically, the struggle is part of the trap. It's impossible for the fly to try hard enough to succeed at breaking through the glass. It's impossible to succeed by struggling to break through the glass. Keep that in your mind, because it doesn't make any difference. The fly is doomed. It will die there on the windowsill. And that's the question you have to ask yourself. Are you going to die on the windowsill doing something that is doomed to fail? I mean, once in a while people make it. It's not like they don't. But if you want to be, you know, the 1 in a million who makes it in this business, consider the story of the fly. Across the room, remember, just on the other side of the chair, like about 6-8 feet away, he says the door is open. 10 seconds of flying time and this small creature could reach the outside world it seeks. With only a fraction of the effort now being wasted, it could be free of the self-imposed trap. The door is right there. It's wide open. And it flies right there. Bzz, bzz, right? Against the glass. It doesn't have a chance. Why doesn't the fly try another approach, something dramatically different? How did it get so locked in on the idea that this particular route and determined effort of going against the glass, that this is what he should do until death, to seek a breakthrough with more of the same? That's really the question. It makes sense to the fly. Regrettably, it's an idea that will kill. Trying harder is not necessarily the solution to achieving more. It may not offer any real promise for getting what you want out of life. Sometimes, in fact, it's part of the problem. If you stake your hopes for a breakthrough on trying harder than ever, you may kill your chances for success. You see that? And some of you may go, well, I'm not a fly. Well, are we acting like one? Are you banging on the same thing and it isn't working? You tell me. What do you guys think? Yes or no? Who wants to continue to be the fly? Okay, so we're gonna, if you're looking for the six-figure advisor, 10,000 a month. Who's looking for that? Did we say that? By the end of, say, in the next 12 months? Yeah, we're all banging away, but you don't have to be. You can do it differently, you know? Who here, by the way, expects to make that I'm going to make some kind of offer here at the end, because we're like about 3 minutes away? Who thinks I'm going to make some kind of an offer of a program and that's going to cost money? Does anybody here expect that? Or not? I know you will, really. Right? I am. And you can, some of you, I know you're waiting for it. I'm going to get to it right now. If you want to know what it is so you can relax and get to right to the end, because I have a little dice story for you. Let me just tell you what it is. You want to make 10,000 a month, six-figure advisor. Of course, six figures, did you know, is 100,000 to 999,000 per year. All of that is six figures. So it's not just 8,000 a month. It could be, you know, it could be 30,000 a month. That'd be 360,000. That's still six figures. Until you hit 1 million, seven figures, you know, it could be 4,000. You might be making, say, how high would you have to be? I guess up to 999,000. That's a lot of Momo, right? But even 10,000 a month is a good place to start. So we have an offer coming up for people who know they want to become a six-figure advisor in the process that's going to take to do that. And the advisory business, we want you to help you generate at least $10,000 a month. You'll be the one doing the exercises and doing the work, but we'll show you how to do it and how we've done it, okay? And so the cost of the program is slightly under 1 month of the income that you're looking to make, that you hopefully will make month after month after month after month, year after year, and hopefully a lot more, okay? So that's really what we do. And we have capital is available, loans. We have companies that make loans to people who take our program because they want to help you as well. So don't worry about that. And by the way, if you're a Dave Ramsey listener and who goes, don't make loans, he's talking to people who are jobs. They are on fixed income. Everyone with a job is on a fixed income, and taking loans out for things that you really can't pay is not very smart. Business is different. They talk about money as capital. And if any of you are, unless you've been living under a rock, you know that Elon Musk is going to buy Twitter, and he couldn't afford it. No, couldn't afford it. So he borrowed 90% of it. The purchase price, I think, is $45 billion. And he didn't even have 3. That's not even 10% of his own to put into it. It's all going to be borrowed or equity partners. What do you think that's about? The whole world of business is based on making people there's a giant business in America of people who make capital available, money that you invest to grow big and multiply, make many times more than what you borrow or have people invest with you. Does that make sense? People understand this? You guys get this? It's free to apply to work with us too, by the way, and free to apply for capital. So who should apply? If it's free to apply to work with us and free to apply for capital if you need it, who should apply? Let me see. What do we got here? Yep. You got it? That's exactly right. Yeah, I know some of you are waiting. I'm coming right now. So here's how we do this. We have 4 steps. You want to see what the 4 steps are that you're going to go through if you get accepted into our program? Let me see what we got here. If you guys are still awake. Awake. All right, good. So here we go. Number one, 4 pieces. We're going to show you the Attractor Formula, which is much of what we've talked about. So you can create yours, do yours, and implement yours. Because remember, every person who comes to learn French, when they go to France, who has to speak French unless they have a nanny or somebody working with them? You do. So if you want to get your body in shape, who has to do those reps? You do. But we'll show you how to do them so you don't hurt yourself and it goes as fast as possible to get you looking good. That's what this is. These are really exercises for your mind. It's like learning a foreign language. It's really the language of attraction. Attractor Formula. So you're going to have that so you attract committed people to the product and the business. Okay. Number 2, we're going to show you how we set up a sewing machine, which is a way of you seeding, whether it's Facebook or Instagram, however you do it online and offline too, if you want. We've built a lot offline, but you drop the seeds. Remember those statements that we had up above? Are you somebody who, is it really possible to do this? Do you stop doing this because you're so embarrassed? Do you stop going out because you're too embarrassed? And those people who have those emotional attachments to a problem are going to come. That's called sewing. They go, yeah, I want to know about that. That's step 1, right? We do that. And then next step is when they start seeding, seed like the sower that you have in the Bible. You get a little sun, you get a little water, and pretty soon they get more information, which we'll show you how to give them virtually. So they go, I like to know a little bit more about this, just like a dating process, same thing, right? And then what happens is they come to you. We help you set up a calendar so that people come and say, from the virtual magnet, I want to learn how to do this. And you have a calendar, like a Calendly or Schedule Once, like you have a calendar online. And you get an email that says so-and-so just booked a time to talk to you. And they have been pre-qualified because we have a system where we show people how to pre-qualify on the price, on the values, on what you do. So by the time you talk to them, all of them are interested in talking about buying. So instead of getting 1 out of 100, you get 8 out of 10. How would that be? Who would like to have those kind of numbers? Let me see. Yes. You want to have 1 in 100, or do you want to have 8 out of 10? You have to learn how to do it, right? And practice a lot. We'll show you how to do it. And then what happens is you're going to get some people in. You're going to get people that are customers. You're going to get people that are reps. And now you're going to have a team to manage. Like, oh my God, what am I going to do? I got to manage. Yeah, you do. You can help them, show them what to do, because it's the same process, right? Then you're going to have friends asking you for money. Hey, can I have some Momo? Yeah, you got money now. Can I have some? And you can decide, right? If you want to do some crypto. In fact, I just talked to somebody this afternoon who she's doing some arbitrage, and we are, I have a crypto bot trading program, and I had offered it to some people. Of course, she bought it right away because she's very smart. But she's just putting money into things now, like 120 grand she put into something. And this lady started with nothing, like everybody else. So you just grow until you get your confidence up. And now she's got money going into, arbitrage funds and all this kind of stuff. Because she became that person who could do that. See, it takes a while. So fun. All right. So what's the next step? If you want to get a spot with us, we have a couple spots that we can do. In fact, I'm going to offer some of you a little bit of a surprise here at the end. Go to this. Maybe you could type this in, Vic. sixfigureadvisor.com. And sorry, not that. sixfigureadvisor.me/pick me. Y'all see that? Tell me that you have that. Yep. sixfigureadvisor.me/pick me. Would some of you guys click on that? Maybe Carol and Wezi. Is that how we say your name? Or Wezi? Is it Wezi or? Oh, good. Cool. Cool name. So click on that and see if it opens. Would you do that? Does it open, you guys? Who can tell me if it opens? It opens. Okay, great. All right. So if you want in, fill that in. It's a little app to work with our team. Okay. Your contact information, why you want to work with, what you're looking to achieve. And that's really what we have for you in store today. Okay, so if you'd like to do that, there you are. And one of the things that we do, how many of you have webinars and such online and have presentations that you have where somebody could be watching 24/7? Does anybody have that? Anybody? Because one of the things we do, we have videos online and we have webinars online. Yeah, but see, video links from the company, that's not you, is it? And the person that you see, we have never sent people to the company. We never recommend it. Why? Because every person knows you're just another network marketer selling another one of those things. It doesn't make you an advisor. It makes you somebody who is just peddling product along with 200,000 other people that they can get it from. So we have never sent anybody to a company website for that reason. You want to sell the fact that you are an advisor. How many people would rather sell that you personally are an advisor in whatever field you're in, or that you versus be just another distributor for some company that's doing one of those things, which is what the general opinion is out there. Right? It's a very different thing. It's a very different thing, because we help you create that. In fact, for a couple of people, we have what we call an Oprah moment that Vicki named it. And it's for those of you that qualify to get into the program and get into the program. You don't even have to create the webinar. If you qualify, I will do an interview with you live on Zoom. And I will ask you the questions that I know your prospects are going to want, so that at the end of the webinar, we can have a calendar link where people can just go directly to you and book with you to talk to you about signing up for your program. How many people think here, if you had something like that, that this would definitely help you get the right people into your business? Who thinks that? Let me see. Yeah. Yeah, that's what we are going to do for two of the people, the first two people that qualify and actually get into the program. Okay. All right. So Vic, do you have anything you want to add? I might tell the dice story, but it might be a good thing for you to.
I was going to tell everybody that I was trying to type my cell phone number. So if you want to fill this out, but you want to be ahead of the gang.
Yeah, if you want to be at the front of the line, what's the number, Vic?
And the number, because I can't type it, is 707-304.
Here, let me type it in. Why can't you type it? 707.
304.
Hang on, coming.
2090. 2090. Because
okay, see if this is right.
Yeah, that's
Vic,
it.
Did I do it right?
Well, you did it perfect. I froze up there. Thank you. So just text while you're filling the app out, or text first and then fill out the app.
That way, if you want this particular thing. Oh, it's the host and panelists. Here, hang on. I messed up.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Now you got it.
How many of you can see this now? Is that the right number, Vic? I did, right?
Perfect. Yep. So do that, because and I'm in Pacific time. Some of you guys, I'm 3 hours ahead of some of you guys. So you can text, and sometimes I can get right on the phone with you after we're done if you want to talk.
I mean, Vic, you've been in the business for almost 30 years as well. I mean, how has this whole approach of what we do change your life in this industry?
Yeah, well, talking about that little fly that's dying, I told Kim after she told me that story the first time. Now I love that story, and I read it to my grandkids and everybody else. I said, the industry is kind of like that buzzing, dying fly. And the window's open there, but 95% of the flies are over there flying against the window. And there's the window, and there's 5% getting it to the window. They're getting out, but the rest are buzzing around, trying it over and over, working hard and dying. And that's what I was doing, I think. Then I met Kim, and all of the freedom off of language and the storytelling that I learned off of her training took me to the window. And so now that this big school and the funnel and the way that we're doing it now with six-figure advisor, what's happening to the students is they're learning where the air is and how to tell a story. Because even when you tried to tell a story while Kim was teaching you just now, see how hard it was? It takes time. So guess what the secret is? You immerse yourself around her teaching and the people that have got it and the ones that are alumni now and can scoot you through so you can get some air. And then when you finally have that thing built, your story, your funnel, your thing that takes them through, that when the funnel is finally built and you've got it down, it does the talking for you. So while you're messing it up still because you're learning the foreign language, go ahead, mess it up. The funnel talks, it has the story because we capture it in there and the right weighted questions so you don't mess it up. What that did for me was it took all the fear out because gosh, that funnel, it's not going to screw up. I might screw up, but it won't. And then when they come through, make an appointment, dear God, there's been a custom fit interview diagnostic tool. So you still can't screw it up. So you get this and you've got, oh, the pain points of their pain points, their problems. And you ask the questions, they reveal. And they feel like they went to a therapist that's in their head and is not going to shame them. And you never sell a damn thing. And by the end of it, help, here's my credit card. And you're not asking for a credit card. You're just there to help lift them out of it. It is the most freeing experience I've ever had doing this. So capitalizing on it, monetizing yourself is the most important thing I can tell you to do. I would go without shoes to do something like this. That's it. This is a remedy that I think helps the dying fly industry, which has been MLM. Great products, but we have dying industry with a lot of dead flies in the windowsill. So,
well, and a lot of dying people too,
yeah.
who have given up and
that hurts to hear that, but it's true. It's painful.
Yeah. But it's really a question of how much do you believe that you were called to serve the people that you think you can help with the problem that you know how to solve.
Yes.
If you feel like you're called to do that and you want to do that in your lifetime, apply.
Mm-hmm.
If it really doesn't matter that much to you, if you do it or not, then don't apply.
And you can buzz around for another year or 2 or 5, and there's no shame in that. Do whatever you want to do. But I got tired of buzzing around. That's just me. I was in a lot of pain with this, and this was like relief.
Yes, for affiliate marketing, this is really the same process, because no matter what kind of marketing you do, let's say you had your own coaching program, or you market an affiliate program. Say you're an affiliate for, I don't know, Russell Brunson, or for some other high ticket program. What do you have to do to get people to come to you? What's the activity you have to do to those people? Begins with an A, Wesley. What do you have to do? No matter what it is, if you're trying to bring in buyers, even if it's for your program or buyers for your network marketing or for your affiliate marketing program, attract. Exactly. That's what we're all about. How to bring them to you. That's what we do. In fact, how many of you know the dice story? I'll tell you the dice story. You want to hear a dice story? Loaded dice. It's about loaded dice. You want to hear it? Yes or no? Because if you don't, I'm going to go have dinner.
Yeah, really.
All right, here's a loaded dice. Okay. If you were playing a game, like a game of income with your life, with your own money, which pair of dice would you want to have? There's a regular dice, pair of dice, right? They're just regular. And there's loaded dice. Now these, they give you a 70% chance of winning, these dice. Okay, not 100%, 70%. So which one would you want to play with? The random dice, right? And you could play for money, $300, $10,000, $30,000, whatever. Or would you rather play with the 70% dice? Who wants to play with which dice? Let me see which ones you want to play with, the regular or the 70%. Okay, let's see. What do we have? Which ones do you want to play with? Which dice? You want to play the ones that give you the 70% chance of winning, or, plain, regular? Okay, so now, I figured the smart people are going to say that, right? Why? Why do you want that? Why would you play with 70%? Why? Right? Keep that in mind. Now, try this. Now, here comes the twist. They're going to sell the loaded dice for $1,000, 70%. Yeah, better chance to win. Yeah, totally. You got it, right? They're going to sell them for $1,000, and you can use them as much as you want and as long as you want for any amount that you're throwing for. You know, whether you're going to bet on $1,000, $10,000, $300, $5, whatever. You're going to bet the house, whatever. Okay. The random dice are free. The 70% dice are $1,000. Now, which dice would you want to play with? Let me see now that it costs $1,000. Which ones? Let me see. We have any answers yet?
Still want the weighted ones.
You still want the weighted ones. So you pay $1,000, right? Why? Why would you pay $1,000?
Louise says you plan to win more than 1,000.
Yeah, because you have more certainty.
Mhm.
Isn't that it? You have more certainty. It's 70% chance versus 50% chance. And also when you pay totally, you'll be more committed. And what we offer you is we're your 70% dice. Coming with us will give you a 70% dice advantage for as long as you are marketing anything. Because if you're doing marketing and sales where the money that you earn comes from people buying either from you or through you as an affiliate or a network marketer, the one thing you have to learn how to do no matter what is attract, especially online. And plus when you pay, you'll be more committed. Totally. Right? That's definitely a fact. Where your treasure is, I think your heart is what it says in the Bible, something like that. Yeah. All right, so that's what we have for you. And if you would like to get with Vic, were you able to open up that link there? Yeah, you'd be totally. Does anybody have any questions or any takeaways from this event that we just did here? Any questions or takeaways? Go ahead and pop them in there. We're here right now for a few more minutes. So for Wesley, what is it that you market? What does it do? Whatever it is, what do you do for people? What does it do for people? Is it something on the, generating income, or is it, what is it? Mr. Leslie Moon, you want to connect with Vic? Is that what you want to do? I saw if you click your hand in the air.
I sent him a message.
Okay,
So
cool.
you got my text. You and I have been talking before.
It becomes available, yeah, in a day or two, and it's going to be available in the Facebook group for like 4 or 5 days. Yeah. All right. Okay, any other questions or takeaways from anybody? Brenda, what is it that you market? And Wesley, what do you market? What do you do for people? Brenda, what do you do for people? You help people do what? What do you do? What's the problem you solve? And Wesley too, you guys know how to express it? Yeah. You need to learn how to speak that. I was doing affiliate marketing for beginners. Well, but what were you make money online? Oh, yeah. Beginners are really hard because people who have never made money before online or on themselves are really difficult because they have all the wrong beliefs. They feel like they shouldn't have to pay for anything because when they go to work at Kaiser or wherever they go, they get the training for free. But they make, an hourly or they make a certain amount per year, and that's basically where it's at. And if they want that, that's very good. But if you're looking to build a business, then it's ideal to have somebody who has built a business before, or at least has been in real estate where they've had to produce. Because people who've never had a business, it's like they think the money comes from the stork. They don't realize that they might have to go to the bank and borrow because their mindset is, well, I'm getting a fixed income of so much a week or a month, so I can't go outside of that. And they can't either, unless they build a business where they're going to grow and make more money than they spend. So we, unless people are really committed, we stay away from the complete beginners, because their mindset is the way they think is just completely wrong for building. They don't want to borrow. They don't want to spend time. They think it should be free and it should be easy, because that's what jobs are. They're free. You go and apply, and then you deal with the office politics, and that's your trade. You get up at 8 and you go there from 9 to 10 or to 5, and you're done. That's very different than an entrepreneur who really is driven to solve certain problems in the world. Like Elon wants to go to Mars. We want to make it possible for people who can change how they see things to become independent of jobs if they want that, if they really are committed to helping certain people, because that's how you make enormous income. So it's all a question of really what your priorities are, what you really think you're here for. Don't you think, Vic?
Yeah, and you and I just talked a few days ago, Wazid. I remember you telling me you had 500 customers, and I asked how much did they spend, and you said nothing. They had opted in, so Kim, she has 500 people that are beginners doing nothing, and they've spent nothing.
Well, that's why, because they spend nothing. They have nothing committed. Yeah. Right. You see what I mean? It makes it really, really hard, because they have no commitment. They have no skin in the game. They're like politicians. Oh, go on and go to war. They have no skin in the game. If it doesn't work out, they don't pay the consequences. So you want people that do have skin in the game, and ask for them. And you won't end up with very many, because most people are just kind of looky-loos, but they also have nothing. They don't have $100 in the bank. You see, so it's a very different kind of thing. Leslie, are you calling? Are you ready to get into our program, our 6-figure advisor now? Is that what you're saying? All right. Okay, I think we're set to go, Vic. Are we good?
We're good.
Any other questions or issues or takeaways? All right, you'll connect with folks as they apply. All right.
Yeah. And Heather, I've got you, because we've been talking. So.
All right, girl.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll talk to you soon.
You bet.
Thanks, Vic.
Thanks. Bye, everybody. I'll be.
Yep. I hope we can have a chance to help you. We'd love to do it. And get out of wherever you are now and just rise above.
Carol, you and I are going to talk too, because I knew you were away. So we'll be on the phone soon.
Okay. I'm marketing my own course online for 19. Let me read Carol. 6-figure sales. Yeah. Yeah, what you can do is, there is so much you can do for pets. Oh my God. Just their diet, girl. Changing, encourage, learn what the difference between crap pet food and good pet food. Just that. I mean, you could, if you care about pets, you will be somebody that is sought out by people who have pets who love them. You just have to decide what is the thing that you have an interest in that would make pets live longer and be healthier and whatnot, that you want to market. It doesn't matter what the cost is. If you were to say, oh, I have a pet program and it's $1,200 for an eating program, let's say, but it'll keep your pet around probably a couple of years longer. There will be, out of 100 people that love their pets, 20 who give you $1,200. Why? Because they love their pets.
And Kim,
it's not because it's $1,200. It's they love, if they didn't have their pet, they would be destroyed. Yeah. So they would probably give you $12,000. You see, nobody pays you for the thing you give. Right. They pay for the feeling that you're going to give them, or the lack of pain emotionally that they won't have anymore. Yeah. That's why you frame everything like that, because that's what moves humans to action. Go ahead, Vic. What were you
Guess what? She has a pet grooming business, a mobile pet grooming business. So there you go.
Yeah. So it might be that what you add to that are foods. Learn what the foods are. I mean, if you're in the program, we definitely can help you, because there are people who specialize in that, and people pay a lot more to keep their pets healthy than for themselves. Yeah. So if you are, get yourself in here, it sounds like you really care about this market, like we care about our market. right? That's why we're here. Yeah, this is really good. Okay, so connect. We'll see you guys. Good work. Okay. All right, Vic.
Thanks, everybody. And Kim, always, always, always love it. I come here for fun. See you
All right,
guys.
again.
I'm
Thank
addicted.
you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.